You have an affair? What's going on here? I'm talking to my mom and the battery. Why can't you tell me? You don't understand what I'm going through. Then it is not a healthy marriage. You see the problem? The first person to share your concern or feelings or whatever is your spouse, not your mom. That shows there is a problem in the marriage. There's nothing wrong sharing your dream or problem or concerns to your mom. That's not the issue. Who's the first person? Otherwise, this can create problem. Thus, leading, cleaning, and becoming one is very important. Thus, companionship and procreation, that is friendship and even life-giving, as well as life-giving is the creation. Then the companionship is giving each other. Those things need to be fulfilled in a healthy marriage. Let me move on. I may exceed with more time. It's all right. 15 minutes more, so that I can finish this. Because 90 minutes is gone. That is 9 o'clock, I guess. Yes, Christian worldview, which means again have a biblical view about life. I'm going to be fast. Again, this is the biblical view of marriage, which is love, purpose, a biblical foundation, and moral purity. We learned about C.S. Lewis 3 things. When a ship goes to the deep sea, we have to remember 3 things: direction, purity, and unconditional love. That is very critical when you come to marriage. Now, in terms of the communication, I would like to spend a little more time. That's a big problem that we have. 50% of the wives have complaints about their husbands. Complaint is they don't talk much. They don't listen much. They don't uncommunicating husbands. That is true with 50% of the men. Thus, you are not alone. You have a good group with you, right? Then, the type A people are dead sea kind of thing, they don't talk. That is most of the men. Wife, babbling group, they always talk. There's a big disconnect there and create big troubles too. How you are going to deal with the dead sea and the babbling group? Scientifically very tough. Well, to avoid that, what I would recommend is day-to-day events, you need to come with, oh, tell me, honey, 3 things that happened today, so that we can control the talk, right? Otherwise, there is no framework. We're talking whatever happened in 24 hours, it may take 240 hours. Decision making, half of the time you say, what we need to do for this week or tomorrow. At least some healthy talk. Right? Not about so-and-so happened, who cares about those things? Let's talk about productive things, healthy things, which is directly affecting our marriage or children. Thus, the components of the communication includes the way you communicate, the tone, the non-verbal expressions, the way you deal with situations. Most of the time, it's not something verbal. It is how you see, hear, experience, love, appreciation, encouragement, even discipline, instruction. Those things are components of communication. Your heart, your character, your love. They have to say, I love you. But that's an affirmation. Nowadays it's needed. Who knows? Do you really love your wife? Thus you have to tell once in a while, yes, I love you. I'm proud of you. You are good. Those things will make things clear. There's no concern. And also sitting together in prayer, holding hands. Like sitting together itself is a challenging, then how I can hold the hands now. Well, this is powerful. I was meditating one day with this verse. Said, this is more powerful than any psychology. Look at what Solomon says about marriage. Songs of Songs, chapter 2, verse 14. All principles of love communication is here. You are like a dove in an opening in the rocks. You are like a dove in a hiding place on a mountainside. Show me your face. Let me hear your voice. Your voice is so sweet. Your face is so lovely. That is true communication. Make sense? Now, when women talk, what does men will be watching TV. Okay, go ahead. They will, in between, there's two communication happening. Or not even 10% of things what the women or the wife talking, they get it. In between, wife asks, did you hear what I said? Yeah, go ahead. Maybe during that conversation, she may have told, these are the 3 things you have to buy on the way back to the workplace. Completely forgot. Big fight starts. Because she's waiting for something, for cooking or whatever it is, no food. And the husband is hungry. Things can be really bad. The components of communication include desire to communicate. You need to have a desire to talk. Focused attention, face to face. For example, if I'm talking here, you're just sleeping, how are the people? Some people are turning and talking. What the message is, just wind up, pray and leave the place. That is true in the marriage also. When a pastor preaches, you look at his face. Same thing to the pastor, look at the face of the people. So that there is full communication, positive words, attentive listening. It's there. Now, how you deal the conflict in a communication? You look at anger, which is an emotion. Thus, how we can overcome this? For example, I would recommend when you are angry, take temporary time out. 3 minutes. That can avoid a 911 call. Take 3 minutes, break, go and take a shower. Go for shopping. Don't make any accidents on the way. Somebody did that happened for a young guy who got married and wife kicked him out. And it was early morning around 2 o'clock. I got a phone call. Normally my wife removed all phones from my room. Accidentally the phone rings. I took the phone. This guy said, I'm on a suicidal mission, he said. He's driving the car at around 90 miles speed in a highway. He wanted to hit his car to a truck and finish his life. I get sometimes not that is a little scary. People, ladies, walking away from home and men getting out from home because of a fight. Normally, 3 minutes of conversation, late night, I would say, I have children, I have to go to work tomorrow. This is not the best time for counseling. Let's talk this tomorrow. That is most of the time. If it's an emergency, call 911. This guy physically went and hit a truck. By God's protection, he didn't die. He paid a big price. Thus, overcoming anger, whatever it happens in life, you need to be disciplined, you need to be calm. Don't do foolish things when you are sad, mad and bad. Thus, how we can overcome anger is take a time out. Sometimes some men and women make the best speech when you are angry, later you regret. I've seen many people, they won't even listen to one another, but continue talking and talking with good words, very objective discussions, pointless. Waste of time, especially with women, you need to be very careful. They will have the final word. Doesn't matter what you talk. They will be loud and clear. Thus, you are not going to win. In communication, thus, husbands know very well that with words you cannot win. It is through love you can win, not with words. Again, Proverbs 30:33 says, the forcing of wrath produces strife. Ephesians 4:26 says, be angry, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your wrath. Examine your anger, why am I angry about? That will help you out. There may be a reason. Sometimes as a spouse, you need to understand there may be a reason why your husband is angry. Getting angry is not a sinful thing, by the way. Bible didn't say that. But when you cross the line, continuing anger and committing sins, it becomes a problem. For example, when you came back from the workplace, your mom said, oh, these days, daughter is, spending too much time in the computer. Most of them didn't really, that message would be a powerful message. All of a sudden go and check the emails, computers, and imagine that daughter is not opening the door Indian men will do? Be real. They break the door. At least they try to push and say, if you don't open the door, I'm going to break it. They try all the keys, they'll make a big noise. And this girl said, no, I'm not going to open the door. At that time, if your wife is smart, you'll go, enough is enough, get out. That is smartness. And as a wise husband, you need to listen to that because you're crossing the line. You don't need to break the door for that kind of issues. When things are settled, diligently you can talk this matter. That's the approach and method you take to handle some of these problems. It's not productive. Tomorrow, who knows, this girl may leave the place. Because enough is enough. They know how hypocritical we are. Thus we need to be very careful the way we handle our emotions, especially anger. Better talk, take turns in talking, practice listening, listen to facts, feelings, seek, understand whether something went wrong, and express, verbalizing some of these concerns. And what you are saying may have a lot of sense because something went wrong at the workplace, for example. Ask, what can I do to help? How can we solve this problem jointly? That is wisdom, rather than fighting each other. There's no real clear winner in marriage. If your husband loses, you both lose. Right? Just don't try to be Mr. Right and Mrs. Right. Both of them will lose eventually. Well, what do men really want from women? What do women really want from men? It's very, very important. Well, I don't have the time to. The most important thing what men like from women is honest, timely, loving communication. Some women go for shopping, they won't tell where they are going, and take 3 hours, 4 hours and say, he may be traveling and she may never have taken the phone that day. When they come back, you know what's going to happen? Big fight. Or all kinds of things, money management, they usually check without concern. There needs to be joint account, not separate accounts. If you're married and have separate accounts, with consent it's fine. But otherwise it's not a healthy thing. And also big purchase that you make, joint decision, can create problems. Self-sufficient, secure, confident women, manipulation-free relationship. Now, this is very important, taken from 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 5. Those who lack love factor in marriage, this is the verse that you have to put into practice. Look at the hierarchy of reaching the true love. It comes through faith, goodness, knowledge, leading to self-control, perseverance, godliness, kindness, and at the end, you have love. Because if you don't have love, you go backward and see whether you have faith. You follow what I'm saying? That's a foundational things. Until you fulfill this basic scriptural words in your personal life, your love is a conditional love. Which means, if your wife loves you, you love. The point where there is some disconnect or an anger issue, you are done. Because it's a conditional love. That is not from God. That is a human love. Like the mortgage. As long as you pay the bills, monthly mortgage, you have the home. If you don't make the payment on a monthly basis, you lose the home. That's a conditional business agreement, not a covenant relationship. But when you look at marriage, the love factor will work only if you follow God's principles, the teachings of the Lord Jesus Christ in your personal life. Thus, as one moves up the pyramid, learning becomes more natural and real, and you will rejoice in it. Now, the unconditional love. Gary Chapman book, I would recommend. The 5 Love Languages. Have you read that book? It's a great book. It talks about 5 things. Words of affirmation. Affirm. When the husband is not stable, wife affirm him. It's the other way too. Words of encouragement. Quality time, spending at least 30 minutes with your spouse. If you don't have that, well, there is a problem. Maybe over the phone, or when you are driving, or when children go to school, whatever, you have to find at least 30 minutes with your spouse. Just talking. Then receiving gift, especially women like gift. They may say, no, but just keep the gift, they will know. You will know the response. Acts of service, sometimes when the wife is weak physically, or otherwise also if you have time, I would say